Following program is fictitious, although loosely based on events occurring during the Revolutionary War. Martha Washington is most definitely unlike the character she is portrayed as in the show. She is shown this way merely for comedic value. We mean no disrespect. Militia Wives is filmed in no studio audience. Any reproduction of this show for commercial purposes is completely prohibited. Also, the writers, editors, and actors would like to extend a happy Wednesday to all the viewers watching. Thank you.
A red coat. They're about to tar and feather him. Excuse me, ladies. I've got to join them.
Elizabeth, dear, do you have any idea how painful it is to be tarred and feathered?
Of course I do. Sharing that red coat will set an example for the rest of them.
Do you honestly think that? The redcoats will just merely retaliate.
Besides, we don't need anything but my amazing husband to get us our independence. He doesn't need your silly mob to help him out. So, what do you think?
Oh, well,
I believe it's absolutely divine. I mean, look at it. It is a million times more beautiful than anyone in this town has got. But of course, I do have to look the best. I am George Washington's wife.
So, Betsy, have you heard anything from Ralph lately?
No, and it's been a month since the last letter. That's enough to make any wife worry.
Oh, yes, I totally agree. I didn't hear from Charles the whole time he was in Boston. I thought something positively dreadful happened to him.
I love him so much. I just can't bear thinking of life without him. And I mean, it's so scary not knowing what's going on. He could die at any moment, and I wouldn't know for days, or even weeks.
I never worry. George is always all over the news. Nothing could happen without the whole 13 colonies knowing.
You know, Martha, I think I know what might go perfectly with your new dress.
Oh, really? What?
A nice big knuckle sandwich.
Oh, what comes on one of those?
Anyway, I was hoping I could get your thoughts on something, Betsy.
Of course. Go ahead. What's troubling you?
Well, you know how strongly I feel about our independence.
Yes.
Well, I've written some articles regarding how unfair the Quartering Act is. I mean, honestly, how can England expect us to house and feed our enemies? Well, my question to you is whether to use my real name or not. I don't want to go to jail, but I think it's pathetic to hide behind the pseudonym.
Elizabeth, dear, I understand your pride and what you believe, and that you want to show it to the world. However, I just can't bear to see something happen to you. I believe a pen name is your best bet. Perhaps you can relate this pen name to yourself somehow. This way the colonists will know who it is, but the redcoats will not.
I guess that would be the smart thing to do, but I am not completely happy about it.
Well, I've ought to be up and going. The tavern is to open in a few hours, and I better prepare. I'm sorry, sir, but the tavern is not open for another hour.
Well, ma'am, I'm not here for ale. I'm here for Miss Betsy Cunningham.
That's me.
Mrs. Betsy Cunningham, we are sorry to inform you that your husband, Mr. Ralph Cunningham, has passed away. On the 22nd of June, at 10 hours and 42 minutes in the morning, he died of a gangrene infection in his upper right arm. 6 days ago, this arm was shot with a bullet during the Battle of Bunker Hill. He was wounded in an admirable fashion. One of his colleagues was lying dead in the front line, and Mr. Cunningham, being the man he was, could not bear to see this body left behind. When he went to grab the corpse, he was hit by a bullet. Despite this injury, he managed to get both himself and his fallen companion to safety. Sadly, the wound was not properly treated, and infectious complications ensued. Here accompanying this letter is your husband's journal, the only thing of sentimental value we found on his person.
Thank you, sir. You must be on your way now. I'm sure you have other errands to run.
Yes, ma'am. I can go with you.
Huge blowout prices! Here at Al's Horse Barn, we are overstocked, which means low prices for you on the latest models of Appaloosas, Palominos, and Clydesdale horses. All horses must go. We need to make room for next year's ponies, so get them while they're here. Each horse comes fully equipped with 4 strongly made horseshoes, a maximum speed of a gallop, and the strength of 1 horsepower. Buy now and we'll give you a free week's supply of hay while supplies last. So come on down to Al's Horse Barn, directly across from Elmer's Glue Factory. These are the best prices since 1775. Get them while they're here.
How awful. I mean, it's so sad. I can't even imagine it happening to me. But then again, who can imagine life without the amazing George Washington? I mean, our cause would be nothing without him. We'd have to surrender to the British in no time flat. Everyone in the whole 13 colonies would mourn if he were to die.
You're not helping Martha. She needs our condolence, not your arrogance.
It's quite alright, Elizabeth. I'm fine. I just think I may have to close the tavern for a few more days. You know, take a period of grieving.
Oh, miss, I'm here for my food and shelter states the Quartering Act.
Are you kidding me? After all you've done to my husband, you don't honestly expect me to house and feed you.
Let me at him, curse you, British. And I bet you don't know that those red coats make you look fat.
Despite what you think, miss, you're gonna have to let me in, or you're gonna have to face charge from the British Royal Court.
I'm not British, I'm an American, and a proud one at that. This is not fair at all. This could be the reason I go to jail.
She does not have to do this. I am George Washington's wife.
And I'm related to Mary Queen of Scots.
Oh, really? I would love if you'd introduce me to her.
We know you've heard of Benjamin Franklin's many amazing discoveries and inventions, such as the lightning rod, the bifocals, and the first furnace stove. But did you know that he also invented Fat Camp? Of course you didn't, because Ben Franklin's Fat Camp is one of America's best-kept secrets. Here, many prominent, and we mean prominent, figures in our country have come to shed a few pounds. Here at Ben Franklin's, those of you with some pounds to shed can get in top shape in no time. Our camp features arts and crafts, specially designed workouts, gourmet food, reenactments of battles, and so much more. You think Thomas Jefferson is skinny? Well, of course he is, because he attended Ben Franklin's Fat Camp. John Adams? Sure, he's a little pudgy, but those rolls are minuscule compared to what he had before. So, if you feel the need to lose some weight, just come on down to Ben Franklin's Fat Camp.